Hey, howdy there again, folks. Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel, come back at you with another offering off my sampler platter. From my truck, no less. As I go over there and lift the thing up. What is my sampler platter? Well, of course, folks, if you've seen any of my videos, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I go over there, I try out food and drink items, I talk about the stuff, I do the things, I let you know what you need to know so you can make informed decisions about bullshit that realistically none of us should be putting in our bodies. But here you go. Now, if you watch any of my other videos, usually I come from, do these videos in my back room in my house. We got Peter Can Thunderbolt poster and crappy old ladder. But today I'm in my truck, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I usually do these from my truck when I went out and just got something pretty recently. Today's no exception. So what did I go to grab? What am I doing? What's the thing? Well, as a little background, a few weeks ago, I went over there, I did a comparison video where I tried out the brand new KFC chicken sandwich against the Popeyes, the famous/infamous Popeyes chicken sandwich. And I went over there, I did a, one-by-one comparison. Ultimately, I actually gave it to, go watch the video anyway, because you get to see my insight on the thing. But ultimately, I gave the win to KFC. I felt that their chicken sandwich just was a little bit higher quality than what Popeyes was going. That particular day, at least. And at the time, and by the way, folks, if you see anybody moving around me or anything, I'm literally coming from the same parking lot with the condos and stuff in the background that I did from my last video, because it's right next to the KFC. So I figured I'd do these videos while the sandwiches are hot. But yeah, going off of that, at the time I'd said I did the original recipe sandwiches. I wasn't aware whether or not they actually had a spicy offering from KFC. Turned out they did, and I talked about the fact that maybe I would go over there and do a comparison video with the spicy ones, because for myself personally, I'm a bigger fan of the spicy chicken sandwiches anyway. So there we go. And to that effect, folks, well, boom! Popeye spicy chicken sandwich, and boom! Whoa! Boom! Kentucky Fried Chicken spicy chicken sandwich. And just like I said in my last review, you can... Sorry, folks. Got some crap in my throat. You can clearly tell that KFC is, they are actively swinging at Popeyes. The packaging is very, very similar. I believe they're, at least where I'm at, they're at the exact same price point. They have a crispy and a spicy. They're very similar offerings in terms of, the general display and everything. But will the taste measure up? That's what we're here to talk about, right? I mean, that's what I'm here to talk about, plus I get to eat chicken sandwiches. So there we go. And just as a background for, I brought this stuff up a little bit in my last review, because, of course, the big thing a couple years ago was Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A, when the Popeyes sandwich blew up. I'm not adding in Chick-fil-A into this, obviously. It's not, Chick-fil-A has its whole hullabaloo around it. So that is what it is anyway. But in my case, the Popeyes and the KFC are relatively close to one another. I do have a Chick-fil-A by me, but it's a little bit further drive. Yeah, so maybe at some point, but, for right now, we're just doing this. Because for me, this really is a better matchup. Chick-fil-A, whether you love them or hate them, I don't see them as being the same market exactly as KFC or Popeyes. Whereas KFC and Popeyes, they're clearly going at it. That's their thing. So that's what I'm going to base the sauce on. And as a quick note, kudos to the fine folks at the Saturday, the time I'm doing this, it's Saturday, the Saturday staff at the Popeyes by my house, because I got the combo. I got the red beans and rice, and it's in the goddamn container this time. If you watched my last video, I had the same thing. I love red beans and rice. I got a container, and like they must have just tossed the damn thing in there because it was all over the bag. So apparently the Saturday crew, they're the crew to beat. But anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to eat some chicken sandwiches. You're going to watch, get some sort of perverse pleasure out of it. It is what it is. Quick little added thing to both of these. I didn't alter them in any way in terms of request. So they're going to have mayo and they're going to have pickles. Again, if you watch my previous review, I am not big on pickles on a chicken sandwich. I don't see the goddamn point. But I'm going to give the full experience and we're going to do the thing. So this is the Popeyes. You can see it. It's a chicken sandwich. I gotta say, this one, compared to the one from what I remember, the original recipe one, this one seems a little bit beefier, so hopefully that's a good sign. Let's, alright. Let's tack this thing, right? I'm sorry, that's just so much better than the original recipe version. The original recipe version is fine. But man, oh man, that spice really does make the difference. I'll even say this. With the spice and everything, I almost don't mind the addition of the pickle. It gives it kind of an interesting added taste to it. With the original recipe, I don't know, I just don't feel like it's just, there's too much of it, you know. Yeah, I mean, texture of the chicken's nice. It's crispy, but still got, still moist, still got plenty of give on the inside. The heat is nice. It is, and I will mention, I was actually going to make this a duel review, where I was going to compare sweet teas. Popeye's to KFC. Popeyes ran out of fucking sweet tea. I don't know how the hell they even managed that. So, I got the Sweet Lightning from KFC instead. Which is an interesting drink. I never did a review for it, but it's an interesting Mountain Dew. Yeah, I mean, I love I guess it's like a spicy mayo or something that they're using. I love it. I think it's really flavorful, and it gives, for me, pretty much the perfect amount of kick that you want for a chicken sandwich. I don't want the spice to be like overboard with the chicken sandwich, because I still want to be able to taste the chicken, the breading, all that stuff. With the Popeyes, I think they really hit the nail on the head there. It does a fantastic job of being there. It's present throughout the entire process of eating, but it never gets like overwhelming. It's never ridiculously hot or anything like that. It's just a nice little added heat in your mouth. Opens up the taste buds, gives that extra flavor. So yeah, strong start. I definitely enjoy some Popeye spicy chicken. So let's go ahead. Let's get the old KFC out here. In terms of preference, KFC versus Popeyes. Probably Popeyes more than KFC, but I probably eat Popeye or KFC more often. Strictly because I've found usually they're more willing to do weird and stupid bullshit, and I appreciate that. Hence the show. And supposedly, from what I remember reading an article not too long ago, that like they're just gonna completely overhaul their menu. I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but or if that thing was even right, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so we've got the KFC offering. That's a good chunk of chicken. That's definitely some hefty chicken. You got the pickles on there because pickles. You can smell the pickles. All right, let's we'll go the big ass end on this. We'll see what it's got. Okay. Well, I'll say this. Similarly to the the Popeyes, I do think that I would probably prefer overall the spicy rendition versus the original recipe. However, there's some pros and cons here versus the Popeyes one. I will say I do really like the look of the chicken on the inside. Like, that's some nicely textured chicken. That's some hefty... That's some hefty white meat right there. I do appreciate that. The point of contention for me seems to be, whereas Popeyes, they add in a spicy mayo to go over there and give it that extra kick of heat. With KFC here, seems like what they did was they just strictly added the spices to the chicken. And I'm not talking about, you know, like obviously there's the Colonel's famous spices, but whatever added spice they added to make it, you know, like spicy, I think they really just added it to the chicken itself. And then the mayo and everything else is just their normal stuff. And so, as a result, it's kind of interesting. Because I think, for me, this kind of showcases why the original recipe one won out for KFC in my previous video. Because with this, you can taste the chicken and you can see, like, there's, you know, that's some pretty solid quality chicken. You know, for fast food anyway, whatever. And with the original recipe, that did a great job of highlighting that. And as a result, like I said, I gave it the win because I felt the overall quality of the chicken itself and everything did a great job. Problem is with this one, the spice itself, while there, is not really all that present compared to the Popeyes. So I do like the overall taste profile better than the original recipe. But yeah, I just feel like there's not enough going on heat-wise compared to the Popeyes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I really, with the previous one, I really had to kind of go back and forth to declare my winner. In this case, That's not really going to be the case. I really do think it's pretty clear-cut for me personally. The Popeyes is the winner. Because while... trying not to have the sandwiches fall apart. Whereas, I mean, you can, again, I think you can kind of even see, like, the quality of the chicken seems to be a little bit higher on the KFC in this instance. And I do think that the KFC has better overall chicken flavor. The Popeyes still has solid chicken flavor, but the whole point of the spicy, getting the spicy sandwich is to have that spice. Popeyes very clearly delivers in that front. Excuse me. Whereas KFC, I mean, it's, again, I think it's better than their original recipe one, but I think if they really want to call it a proper spicy chicken sandwich, I think they need to do a little bit more, and I think Popeyes really nailed that. So, yeah, I mean, that's basically my take on it. I'm gonna definitely give the win to Popeyes on that one. Both are still solid chicken sandwich options, in my opinion. And, I mean, this puts Popeyes and KFC at 1-1. So if they want to go over there and both come out with, another chicken sandwich, maybe barbecue or something like that. I know KFC's done, like, barbecue sandwiches in the past anyway. But if they want to go over there and come up with another pairing, maybe we can break the tie. But as is, it's going to have to stay that way, because, I mean, I guess the argument could be made overall that Popeyes kind of wins out for me, because whereas, for my personal sensibilities, like I said, the original recipe KFC won out, I would always be in the mindset to get the spicy iteration versus the original recipe. So, since the Popeyes went out in the spicy, that would be the one that I would go with. Like, if I were going to judge all 4 sandwiches overall, the Popeye spicy would be my favorite of all 4. So, yeah, I mean, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, you can kind of give it to Popeyes in that regard as the overall win. Whereas with KFC, again, I think if you're going for the original recipe version, I do think that theirs has better chicken flavor compared to Popeyes. So, yeah, I mean, I genuinely, I was interested to see how this was going to go, and I figured it was going to be more of a fight, but it was as soon as I bit into the KFC one, I knew who my winner was going to be. So, anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. I got a couple sandwiches to eat, got some red beans and rice. Gonna eat it out in this parking lot. Make people wonder why the hell I'm parking in their condo lot. But, are these condos or apartments? Maybe they're apartments. Who the hell cares? Anyway, folks, if you could, 5 things for me real quick. Have yourself a stupendous rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, a monumentous rest of your month, phenomenal rest of your year, and have yourself a Popeye spicy chicken sandwich-tastic rest of your life. That'd be fantastic. Unless you're, vegan or something, in which case, cauliflower. Sure, I like cauliflower. I'm not even ragging on cauliflower. Go have yourself some cauliflower, folks. It's a great vegetable. Final 2 things, folks. Promise. If you could, go over there, bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is always appreciated, though. Excuse me. Ooh, yeah. Fast food and stuff. Where was I going with that? Yeah, like I said, there's going to be days where you can't do it. I completely understand. If that's the case, nothing else. Try not to be an asshole, even if you can't put positivity out into the world. Try not to take it away. But again, you're going to have those times too. So don't beat yourself up too much. Just try to mitigate it. If you find the ratio of assholeness shifting too high up, maybe dial it back. All I'm saying. Then the final thing, folks, go out and do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to do. Maybe you're going to go over there and invent the new 3rd sandwich from both, KFC and Popeyes, and I'll do the thing. Or maybe you're not going to do that. Maybe you're going to come up with an awesome cauliflower sandwich that's going to be better than all of them. I don't know, folks. But if it's something that you enjoy, something good, something positive you can bring into the world, that's what I want you to do. I want you to do that thing. Anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to eat some sandwiches and stuff and enjoy the rest of my day. Bye.